And we're live and we're back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to VKH Live. I'm your host, Jeff DeWitt. And with me back at it again. Oh, God. Where's that playing from?
Do?
I don't know what I did.
What did you do?
Oh, God. I have double playing, and I hope it's not on the stream. Okay, all right. Sorry. I had the stream playing in another window. Okay, we're good. Anyway, I'm your host.
Got confused.
I'm your host, Jeff DeWitt, and with me is Winona. What's up?
Hey guys, what's up? Jeff almost ruined it again, huh? Right out the cage, right?
Yeah, wow. I don't know if chat. I don't know if chat heard that, but
typical Jeff, man. No, it's all good.
Oh yeah. I've had your. We've had interesting conversations where I've gained intimate knowledge into your understanding of quote computers.
Shut up.
So we don't want to get too far down that rabbit hole, do we, Winona?
You've had interesting knowledge of like a lot of things that I had talked of, like my purpose in the music industry, like what.
Oh my God! Did we lose Winona? Oh God, where'd you go, Winona? Oh boy. Well, we might have lost Winona. Can you guys hear Winona? No. Instantly broke everything. Yeah, pretty much. Everything's. What's up, chat? How's it going? Welcome back. I'll wait for Winona to bounce back. She's mobile, so she'll be in and out anyway. So you can kind of just expect that for this stream. But I am here. Thank you for showing up after our week off. Had to take a bit of a break and get some personal stuff caught up and some stuff caught up for VKH. But we're doing good now. Let's see. How are we? Let's check the status of the stream. Let's see what we're doing. Oh God, yeah, we lost Winona. Winona went. Yeah, Winona's gone. Let's see. And she's calling me back. What's up?
Hi.
You're back. Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. But I was saying, Jeff also has a very interesting point of view on art. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
so.
Yeah, I'm alive. I swear nothing bad happened in these mean streets, you know?
In these mean streets?
I mean, like, half the time I'm out here, you hear gunshots, and then I have to explain it, so.
Explain, quote, unquote.
Yeah, save New York and be like, guys, no, it's not bad. It's just fireworks. It's not... It's not bad.
Anyway, so with that crazy awesome intro,
I know, right? Great. Amazing. Hello.
So today's stream is about August Anarchy.
The thing that is killing us right now.
Yeah. Oh Christ! And Devin just donated $40. Thank you so much.
You're the best.
Yeah.
Everyone's
wow.
the best.
God.
Thanks.
Hopefully it showed up. Did it show up on the stream, guys? I was going to mention that it would show up somewhere now, but yeah. So I should jump on Streamlabs and read that real quick, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. God, I have 18 windows open in preparation for this. Jeff, please stop breaking the streams. JK, I love you guys, from Devin. No. Hey, thank you. Thank you, and I'll try. The streams are made to break. If you guys knew anything about ask actually some of the people that are in the Discords, I know some of you guys hang out with, ask them how they like OBS. They're probably better at it than me still, so but some of the people there, it's OBS and OBS on Mac. It's a very interesting combination. But so this stream's topic is August Anarchy. So, we had a little we had a little bit of reduced inactivity while we were busy the last few weeks, and we came back just in time for, my God, there are like so many releases.
There's like 10 on one day.
Christ, like it's a lot. So we're gonna go through a lot of them. I think we're going to focus on maybe like some of the ones that have just dropped, and then just while we while we get the stream rolling and everything, and then we will jump into I think we're going to focus the majority of the stream around the 8.8 tsunami deluge.
I mean, that's the majority of this month's release.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense too. Like there's a ton of stuff coming out August 8th, which is this Wednesday, and so yep. we will be we're going to go over a lot of it. We will do a recap stream next Saturday. And kind of give our impressions on as many of the releases as we get our hands on. We will be doing streams this week to be announced, or I will be. I'm not going to commit Winona to anything crazy because
thank you.
Yeah, so
I told Jeff my life. So
a lot of it is touch and go because we're still we're still finalizing exactly who we're working with and who we're getting what from. So the easiest thing that I could say to do is to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and also Instagram. We have a Discord where we keep everyone. We have a Tumblr. We have a and all these links are in the description. We did launch a Discord. I can add it, but
all right. I mean, it's there and it's alive and kicking is what I can tell you, and I check it sometimes. So,
it's weird to describe anything on Tumblr as alive and kicking, though.
it's alive through RSS feeds and kicking through Hootsuite.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, I see. But yeah, so we're gonna have we're probably gonna be announcing the streams day of, and you might get like a surprise like early review on like certain things and stuff like that. So easiest way to do that is stay posted if you're like super interested in like getting reviews of stuff. So, but without further ado, we can go ahead and jump into it. Who should we start with, Winona?
I don't know. You pick.
We can do Acme. Okay, no, sorry.
I was going to say alphabetical order, so I mean.
We do need to do the ones that have already come out since we're out ahead of them. So
true. Yes.
Because I'm going to go out on a limb and say that some people have heard these and some people have not heard these, and so that kind of matches us as well. So I'm going to let's see. We can start with, since I've got it up, we can start with Crossfaith. So Crossfaith yesterday dropped their album, their fourth album. It's called Ex Machina, or X_Machina. And as you can see from our article here, one of the things that we found interesting is that they covered "Faint" by Linkin Park at the as it was the bonus track, I guess, at the end. This album is out everywhere. We have, if you go to our website, like we have links to like everything. There's a limited edition on CD Japan that I found very enticing. It comes with a t-shirt and like a dope box and stuff like this. We have an article up on it with links to it on our website, which is vkh-press.com. And this is what the album cover looks like. Pretty dope. And then it is on everything. It's on iTunes, it's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify, and it's on YouTube through UNFD, which is their current label. Which is an Australian-based label. If you guys are familiar with Beartooth's on UNFD as well. So I actually was able to listen to this album, and my initial impressions I was very impressed with the album itself. It's really a mixture of like the two albums prior to this, which was like The album before this was Xeno, which was like a very controversial album, I think, for a lot of Crossfaith fans, because it was where they branched off from metalcore and started experimenting with a lot of other genres. And I think they had some big hits there, and I think they had some misses as well, because they were trying to try so many different things that have also already been tried. And then the album before that was Apocalypse, which was kind of, in my opinion, like the pinnacle of their like metalcore, electronicore stuff. So, that has a lot of bangers that got them a lot of attention. So they spent the last 3 years experimenting with singles, to the point of the last EP that they put out, Wipeout. Winona and I were very cynical about. I kind of had a 50-50 kind of attitude in my review about it. But the result of all that experiment has been this album, and it's kind of taking all that experimentation and dipping into different genres and like fusing it back into the heavy, harder side of Crossfaith, and what you get is this. And so, that's a general summary, some general context for it. Did you happen to listen to any of this? It like just came out. And so I'm not sure. Fam. Did we lose Winona again? Uh-oh.
Get my phone to respond. No, I didn't get to listen to it, but I was thinking that it's really appropriate that that they had the Linkin Park cover on there, right? Because that's one of their biggest influences. And you said Masato from Cold Rain had covered it with them, right? Because he was one of the first people to respond about frick, what's his name? Chester Bennington's unfortunate passing, and he talked about it.
Yeah.
How Linkin Park had really influenced Cold Rain's music. And I remember just seeing tweets from Crossfaith about it too. How Linkin Park had influenced their music and made them want to become musicians and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty authentic cover. Musically, was like the most striking part of it. I'm gonna just keep saying this. Teru, the DJ who's on the right here in the picture I've got on screen, he deserves eternal credit. He really needs to get more credit for the work he does as a DJ, because if you listen to the intro to this album, it's like world class electronic music as far as I'm concerned. Like if I was like evaluating him as a DJ, and then in Catastrophe, which is this song here, they have a music video out for. There's a point in the bridge where it straight up switches over to a hard style sound, which like hard style is a type of like a really hard pounding type of electronic music, and it's just Teru, and it's completely authentic. It's not like metal musician and he like tries to make dubstep or he does the wub wubs or whatever. It's entirely authentic, and that's coming in the context of the song itself, which is not really that hard style up until that point, but it is built around techno sounds. And then the intro that precedes this on the album is like a mixture of like some crazy synths and a little hard style and some symphonic music. And so it's like, he is extremely versatile. And I think he's really the MVP of the album, to be quite frank. I'm really impressed with him.
Yeah, I'll be able to give my opinion on the recap next week.
Yeah.
It's been nuts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. It like just came out. But
yesterday, I could. Yeah, my situation.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how many people were aware
that it came out yesterday.
But it did flood. It did flood everywhere, so you probably got a notification for it, or someone probably got a notification.
Yeah, I turned off my Twitter notifications for the time being, but we had been getting press releases about it, and it had been talked about on Metal Injection and blabbermouth.net, so it was talked about like everywhere. So I imagine a good number of people who visit those websites know about it at this point, at least, hopefully. lot of probables there, but it also wasn't. I feel like it wasn't talked about enough. I
Yeah.
don't know. There was a lot that surrounded this album, right? Like Wipeout came out, and then
Yeah,
just
that's a
the
good
fact that
point.
their sound changed a lot, and then
Yeah,
everyone tried to
I will
follow.
say that's a good thing to bring up.
Yeah.
I will say personally, in that that's going to be okay because this album is going to turn
Mm-hmm.
heads because of just the way, just the specific type of music. Like regardless of how, like what you think the overall quality is, if it's a 4-star album, 5-star album, however you want to like evaluate stuff like that, but it's the authenticity of the EDM is like so strong at this point, and then they've gone back and boosted their street cred in terms of like their heavy metal status. Like there's a lot of metalcore in here. There's at least a lot of heavy metal in here. Like it's it's at least a lot of metalcore compared to Xeno, which was like a huge drop. So
I will say that I liked Xeno. Okay.
I
I
liked
mean,
Xeno. I enjoyed Xeno as well.
I hit it when I was like 14 or something, but I still liked it. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and I was and that was, I was the same way. Like, I was just like, I'm conscious of how people are gonna view this, but I do enjoy Xeno. But I loved Apocalypse. So I'm glad to see
Yeah,
like
Apocalypse was really, really good.
Apocalypse was like a perfect. Apocalypse is the best, is my favorite electronicore album as far as I'm concerned, which I know is a little blasphemic because I don't know, maybe I'm just not like, maybe Enter Shikari's just not for me, but like they're usually considered the EDM gods, but they're like a fun
EDM
exotic
gods.
or not EDM gods, the electronicore gods, sorry.
Forefathers.
But the albums themselves, I'm never hyper into. I find their music it's exotic and interesting. And obviously they're the ones that like kick the door in for people like Crossfaith, for bands like Crossfaith. But I like the newest.
Made the entrance.
I like the newest of the new. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that's all of us.
Yeah. Let's see what people. I saw some people talking about the cover, so you can talk about that early or read those and then move on. Usually when a band covers, or Asuka says, usually when a band covers, they make their own version of it. It's cool to find a cover that makes you question if this is a cover or not. LOL. Yeah. So yeah, that's the optimist side of that perspective, and then the pessimist side is why does it sound the same, which I did see some people saying.
I mean, I think it's not so much a cover, it's more like a tribute to Chester Bennington, right? Because at this point, all the covers of Linkin Park aren't really those bands' own version. It's them paying tribute to the passing of Chester Bennington and knowing that like maybe Linkin Park isn't going to come back, so they're making that legacy live on.
Yeah,
that's how I see it when it sounds the same.
Yeah, I think given their DJ, I think it was a good call to try and accurately emulate the sound, because he nailed it. To be honest, like it sounds like a 2018, like the electronics
like
and
remaster.
The mixing. Yeah, to a certain extent. I would say I'm actually not a huge fan of Masato's vocals in the chorus.
Hater.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to listen to it a couple more times, but he tries to do the.
Like Masato.
I like Masato too. That's why I got like caught off guard. But
he tries. David.
He tries to do the rough singing that Chester does in the like that. Yeah. It may just be like growing up in high school with that song. I just have too much of a association with Chester. So just
so
for me,
much Chester in your heart, you can't let him go.
Yeah, so just for me, that throws me off the most. But I will say, Ken, vocals of Crossfaith, great rapping. Like
taking up Mike Shinoda's part. Yeah,
he just continue, and then he does the screaming as well. So it's like if Mike Shinoda did the screaming.
If he did the rough vocals.
Yeah, so he's just becoming, and he does rap a fair amount, and then he changes to yelling, and then he changes to growling, and he changes to screaming. So he's very much becoming like a master of all trades when it comes to all things percussive vocals. So, yeah, this was it was quite enjoyable. It's interesting. This is my initial impression. Definitely worth checking out. It's available for free in a lot of places. So
it's available for streaming.
Yeah,
for
streaming,
not
I should
for
say.
Free, but for streaming.
Well, I mean, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's for free. So
yeah, YouTube's basically like legal piracy at this point. No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
Legal not when the record label puts it out. You goof.
Yes. Don't quote me.
All right. Jeez. Next band.
Before I put my foot in my mouth.
Yeah, it's Mamireta. They have dropped their first full album, and they've actually put out a ton of PVs like leading up to this, and they've all sounded like and looked like. It seems like a fairly diverse album for like what you would expect a Mamireta album to sound like, which I don't know what you would expect a Mamireta album to sound like. I have not heard it yet. I've watched every PV track once.
So
like that's come out.
On it.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
I expect it to be like sound effects, like just to extend it, not as a insult to them, but like just a sound effects album, just based on how they do music.
Yeah, so you have let me pause this. I believe this was for their first album as well. Yeah.
So they have Tabatai on there, which was their first song, their first single.
Yeah, so you have 1, 2, 3. They've put out 3 PVs for this in a month.
Yeah, so, they could just. I love how they make content. I'm sorry. I just love how they make content because it's like, oh hey guys, what would be just like what would be hilarious though, and then they make it a music video.
They absolutely make content like YouTubers. I'm just now realizing that.
Would be hilarious. It's just like that. I love it. It's great. I just love how they make content. They have the right idea when it comes to digital marketing. I'm sorry. That's They built their brand perfectly for the internet.
Asuka says, wait, is it out? Yes, I believe it is.
Yeah, it
came out on the 1st.
It came out on the 1st and the 2nd is what I was going to say. Yeah, the 1st.
Yeah, I was looking it up.
Early this month when August just started.
Iku. Yep. It's quite the album cover. Can you see that one, Ona?
No.
Oh, okay.
I gotta look at it. I gotta take a look at it. I'm remote right now. I'm always remote.
Oh yeah, I can.
It's my demo remote.
Is it easier? Is Skype easier or is Messenger easier?
Hold up. Maybe,
I feel like Messenger would be more reliable with the notification at least. Oh, okay.
Messenger is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do all the things.
Yeah, it's pretty Mamireta. So yeah, this is going to be this is going to be interesting to listen to.
I'll listen to it on my bus ride.
Yeah, I will listen to it on my bus ride. We already know we're going to like it, so
yeah, it's just about how much.
It is a lot of the same of past songs and then like other songs that we've
It's more of a
heard.
compilation album is what I saw, but then there's like some new stuff on there too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to.
It's
I'll
more
have to
like a compilation album, but it is their first album, so I'm gonna give them that.
Yeah, well, it's pretty common for like new bands to do that. Yeah, Buglug really did that with their first full album. It was like 50% or more singles, but it was a good
80%
album.
Singles, 2 new songs.
Yeah, but it was a good album. So I mean, they were all bangers, and they were all released in a reasonable amount of time. So it's like, can you blame them?
And then when it comes to like Mamireta, the way they make content it's like it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah, so
wow. This is quite the album cover. Pause. I gotta take this in.
Where to buy digitally? Good
it's
one.
It's called Iku. Oh my god, it's called Iku. No, they did not do that. Oh my gosh.
Why? What is Iku?
No, you don't want to know what it means.
Oh, I think I do know what it means.
You know what it means, Jeff.
Oh boy, that's great.
Jeff, if it means, I'm sure chat knows what it means, which makes this more hilarious. It's great. It's rock and roll, Jeff.
All you creeps that watch hentai in the chat know what that is. Nothing.
What's chat looking like? I'm gonna go open the YouTube app and look at the chat.
I said all you creeps in the chat that watch hentai know what it is.
Oh my god. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Don't ask me how I know that you know that, but
I mean,
anyway, moving on.
On the cover though, that's like I'm not gonna say anymore. I'll give away too much.
Oh no, I know where you're going with that, but we're gonna steer away from this.
I'm gonna stop. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Let me maintain my pure image. It's fine. I don't know what any of this means, Jeff. What is this? Have you shown me? It's just a word that means go. It just means go.
Yeah. Well, that's one way of saying it.
Yep. That's yep. I'm gonna stick to that story, even though I know better.
I'm trying to find a picture of Acme, because we're gonna talk about Acme now.
The Shooka image is what you need.
Do we have an article for something for their album?
Do we?
We might.
I don't think we do.
Okay. Well, let's see.
I'll do that when I get back home.
Yeah, so we're doing a lot of catch-up articles for releases, guys, and it's turning out we're putting them out. The way we've been doing them is we've been putting them out the day of the release with just like all the details on like all their PVs and all of their like all the places to buy it. And so it's like just going to be, it's our compensation is that it's like the most up to date, like easiest to access to figure out where to buy it and stuff like that. So when you see our news article for lm.c come out, for example, it's going to have all of that details. Like when you see article for Acme, it's going to have all those details. So they're going to be like hyper detailed news articles with like everything, you know. And we should also have a release calendar up at some point, or a release schedule in the next few days. So there'll be that. But yeah, we're mad catching up right before the tsunami of releases hits, which is always fun. So,
I saw the chat.
What
nothing. Some people didn't know what it meant.
Oh no.
So I can't explain it, guys. You have to learn on your own. Oh, I made a mistake.
This lovely educational stream.
I know, right? I'm teaching you guys so much Japanese.
We do a lot of sex ed on VKH Live. I just realized. We do.
We unfortunately do.
Is that what the any people who are signed up on our Patreon, is that what you guys would like the Patreon exclusive streams to be about?
Learn.
Is sex ed,
no.
sex ed, VKH sex ed, love and relationships, love, sex and relationships with VKH Press?
Oh no, we're not doing that. No.
Yeah.
I'll teach you guys how to draw, but I won't teach you any of that. No.
Need more vor, says chat.
I'll give you workouts, no more.
All right, so moving on to Acme, since we've had it up on the screen for a little bit.
Shooka is a beautiful music video. It just came out. I did the graphic design for that thumbnail.
Mm-hmm. Mad stuck in my head.
I know, right? It's such a good song. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
And the lyrics are so poetic. I really enjoy it. Can't wait for that album to come out. See what's happening.
Yeah, it's very and the PV is very
colorful.
They just they really did they made a good move with the
extra.
With the extra, like they added like this glitzy, crisper aesthetic. I think that I guess they like figured out in Rotten Orange, but everything's just much more vibrant.
Out how to like keep it cohesive, but still like a lot. Like,
Yeah.
let's just stick to one thing, but if it's that one thing, then we're going to put it everywhere. And so they did.
What does chat think of Zeshoka? Oh yeah, they're way into it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just based on that and based on the other releases. I am definitely looking forward to that. That one's coming out on 8/8.
They're all coming out on 8/8.
They're all coming out on 8/8. My God, they're all coming out on 8/8.
It's gonna be a flood of review requests on 8/8.
Yeah.
Just gonna cry.
Well, I mean, yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's gonna be a flood of review requests on 8/8. It's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine, guys. We're not gonna. It's fine. Our schedules are totally open.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think we're gonna do. I talked with Rubab. We are working on plans for a listening stream for Acme.
A thing. We're working on plans for things.
Yeah, well, like the main
things.
The thing we can say is just like it's probably going to be like a listening stream, which is like what
we've been trying to do for some of these artists. Yeah.
What we may do is push it back a week or two in order to just see if there's other things that we can add into it, and two, just to make sure it gets up, the album gets out to enough people before we react to it. So. Because I think we're waiting to see if it's going to be on Spotify or streaming services.
Spotify primarily, I think. Maybe Apple Music.
And specifically, we're waiting to see when.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. The chat is saying LMC is required for 8/8. Oh, don't worry.
No.
That's all I'll say.
I understand why, though. It's because of 88. It's because of one of their singles was called 88.
No, I'm aware. They have informed me. But don't worry.
Thoroughly.
LMC is taken care of. That's all I will allude to. But don't worry.
We got it.
Yeah, I will say. Yeah, just definitely don't worry for LMC. I got some. It's gonna be interesting. So, okay, so. Yeah, we can talk about LMC next, right? Yeah, let's do LMC. Let's go to LMC's OHP. So yeah, they put out. Well, that's not. I don't know what that is, but that's not. I think I meant to type LMC OHP into Google and I accidentally hit the suggestion for lmc.com, and that's not.
Oh yeah, there's lm.com or something like that when you go in to type in, and it's just not what you want, like at all.
Yeah. So so LMC put out a single, I guess, to promote the album, a single off of the album. Called Chain Dreamers, and they had a short PV for it. I think it's up on YouTube. And I thought it was really good. I thought it's like it needs to be an anime opening, that's for sure. And
what if it is, Jeff? No, I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Is it an anime opening?
I have no idea.
It should
Don't
be.
Listen to me.
No, like it literally should be more than any other song I've heard this year. I'm not even exaggerating.
It's possible.
That and Zesho Oka, to be honest. But Acme's still a really small band, but LMC is like LMC could kick that over to someone, I'm sure, But yeah, it sounded really good. It'll be interesting to see how much of it is them with their the Chain Dreamers was very anime intro, but done from the perspective of happy LMC kind of vibes and everything like that. So it's just win-win-win for all their fans. It'll be interesting to see if there how much experimentation there's going to be. If we're gonna get another thing like the Buddha, but for something completely different, or if they're gonna kind of focus more on becoming their core Oshare sound and style
on this album.
Yeah.
I remember they said that like when we interviewed them at Techo, they said they were doing more experimentation like they did on Veda,
Okay.
and that
Okay.
was
Cool.
the most they gave me.
Yeah. Well, that's enough. That's enough for me.
It's
So
more experimentation, yeah. So, yeah, that's what IG said, I believe.
I'm curious to see if we'll get any more PVs too. Because this is coming straight from Veda, isn't it? There hasn't been.
Chain Dreamers is the only one that came out
Yeah.
ever since Veda. Yeah, they've been. It's like they've. I. It's like the major bands. This is the way to put it. Some of the major bands have decided that they're gonna skip singles and do the American thing, but not so American. Just release albums and not so many singles, but like release albums every year, which is nice because you can get more content. It in a span, I feel like, and it's better for them because they can do more tours every year, like worldwide tours, because they
Mm-hmm.
only really tour when it's a major release.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's better
That's
for us.
it's very much um yeah, it's
A tried
definitely
and true kind of
it
thing. Yeah.
well, yeah, I was going to say it's definitely an upgrade of the western
Yeah,
version
it's
because the
better.
western version is like
It's
4
take
years in
10 years to
between.
release.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, it's like you go one way or the other. You take a year to release an album, or you take 10 years to release an album. That's like
That's part of why I ended up listening to so much J rock and J metal and Visual K. Like
right.
back in the day, it
Same,
was
more content.
yeah, and like it was right at the time where it was like a bunch of bands where it had like just put out an album in like 2011 or something, and then they were gonna take forever, and then the Gazette was doing like album after album after album, and everybody
No,
else
yeah,
was
like
too, you know.
you show somebody the discography of a band that's been around for like 8 years from Japan. They already have literally 80 releases out, and then you show them a band that's been around for 8 years in America, and they have like 2 albums. Like
I will say,
that's
and
it.
I keep dropping hits at this, and I think I would like to do. I might just do like a video on it, like make a video if I get around to making videos or writing an article on it. But it's a very pop star thing to do, the way they release music. And
Yeah.
there's this big like pop star influence in addition to like the obvious rock star, style and attitude and way of living in Visual K, and the pop star thing adds a whole extra thing. I guess another example would be like not shying away from using like backing vocals, background sounds.
I also think it's how they view their music, because like the popular bands in America and the popular artists in America, like no matter what genre of music, once they get popular, they start to give up. Like Kendrick Lamar, for example, totally random example, but that's because I had a lot of deep thoughts earlier about it. He's like rehashed so many things of what he's written, but put them on different beats. Like he's kind of riding the wave of his popularity right now, like for all of everything that he's requested to write, which is understandable because he's busy, but at the same time it's like he's kind of expecting his name to carry more than what his work is. Whereas in Japan, the artists put in a lot of work to make sure that it's good content regardless, and it's like mostly unique as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Right? Because the artists here in America, like Western artists, start to get lazy the bigger they are because they get bigger heads and they think, oh, I'm like too good to be bad. But then in Japan, they're like, no, I could mess up at any point. Like, this has to be good. And then you get perfectionists who are just like, this has to be perfect every time. So
yeah, well, I'm speaking beyond that, and specifically about Visual K. Like,
no,
I mean,
know.
look at that.
Look
Look at these.
That
Yeah,
speculation.
Gotcha. But I mean, like, look at this. This is like these guys look like pop stars, but then you see them in motion, they act like rock stars. But then they like flicker between the two. I see that like with a lot of VK. I see that with Kamijo. I see that with Gak. See it like I think Gak started it.
With Gak. Gak definitely started it.
Yeah,
because he was the one who. No, I can tell you that for a fact, because he's the one who like changed how everyone thinks of like visual rock and pop, because he was in Malice Miser, right? And then he left, and he left after he wrote one song on his own, which is like Le Ciel, and became like this goth rock god on his own, just
Yeah.
like there. And then you have all the people who like worked with Mana as vocalists who just eventually left and tried their own solo thing. Even Seth is trying his own solo thing, but he's still with Monty Small. Even Seth is trying his own solo thing. Klaha tried his own solo thing, it failed. And what's his name? Juka tried his own solo thing as Shara, and it failed. It just didn't work. Like, for some reason, for most people, when they go solo in VK, they don't figure out the right formula to do it for some reason. And it's just this weird balance between rock and pop. But Gact somehow figured it out for a good majority of his career until he messed up. So,
well, I think a lot of them. I think it's been figured
it out, but it's a little redundant right now.
Well, if you're talking about in terms of making yourself into a literal pop star, like, yeah, that's something else. But I really think it's like it's in these VK artists' DNA at this point, because I see it in every band. Yeah,
I don't mean making yourself into a literal pop star. I think it's about the swagger that you carry when you go solo.
Yeah, well, it's. Yeah.
And then, like, that influences, like, all artists, like, because they have, I don't know how to explain this. When they're a band, it's a hive mind that they're all pop stars, but they still have to, like, maintain a certain individuality when they're in the band. So they still have their own brand to bring to the band to make it look more than what it is. Because if they're all the same person, it's not going to get as far. And
so we'll have to get into that at some point, but
I have to make my research and write a long ass thing to send to you again, and then never put it up. Just cry.
But back to LMC. Any final thoughts besides everybody in the chat saying they're gonna like wake their neighbors with it? It's gonna be
they're just gonna blast it. It's just gonna be out there. No, I'm looking forward to it. If it's gonna be as exciting as Veda was, like the band says, then yeah, I'm totally looking forward to it. I want to hear more original stuff, more interesting things.
A Nameless Gula says, I'm going to be only slightly disheartened if there's no Super Duper Galaxy-esque banger. And I mean, like, that's a really good point, because it's like, look at this look, man. Like, they're asking for it's like teasing that there's going to be some like cool like dance rock banger on the
there's gotta be
there's the speakers in the background. Like, the Gazette did this when they dropped Vortex, you know, like they had the speakers everywhere and shit like that. Like, this is like and then the way they look, and this is the telltale sign that they're about to drop a pop / rock banger.
A dance party without any rock music in it, just straight clubbing. Like,
well, I've heard I've heard their take on that, which was in Perfect Fantasy.
Perfect Rainbow.
Well, in Perfect Fantasy, they have a couple of there's like one song on there. LMC fans will know what it is. I think it's like Chameleon or something like that. That's like, it's literally just like a pop song, and it's like good. You know, it's like what Sleepyhead does now. You know, but. So I would be fine with that too. I would the way some of these rock artists have been handling pop, you know, and I'm like everyone from LMC to the Gazette to Takaru and Sleepyhead now to
it's
like
interesting.
I wouldn't have a problem with a straight pop song on an album. A9.
No, it's interesting because like in Japan they're handling pop so much better than they're handling pop in America, because it's literally like they took pop in America the wrong way. Like rock took pop the wrong way and like turned their music into pop music rather than taking the attitude of pop, which hurts so much. God, I just can't.
Okay, next. You know what we're gonna do next? We're gonna talk about Dimlim. We're talking about fucking Dimlim. So Dimlim kind of blew us away when they put out their PV for Vanitas, which was when they announced this album that they've got coming out. And this was this album they've got coming out is called Cheodara. It's their first full album. And it's going to be apparently it's going to be amazing because from what we've heard, because you know, the Vanitas PV was like, the song is like stunningly experimental. There was a lyric video that they put out for another song, and then they most recently put out another PV. This one is also coming out on 8/8. So I guess this is the alternative for like if people just aren't into like Oshare and they just really need something dark. This is gonna get dark, especially from that most recent PV. Like if you see this look that I've got up on the screen, chat. This is from their newest PV, and the PV is very dark. It's very Duran Gray, like dark.
Like if you don't want any of the glitter or any of the happiness, just
but it's even crazier. It's even more schizophrenic. I think Lori made an interesting point on our baby band stream when we brought up Duran Gray that that they're experimenting really hardcore.
You mean Dimlim?
Yeah, Dimlim. But
I said Duran Gray.
I said Duran. Oh, okay. About Dimlim,
okay.
Is that they're experimenting really hardcore, but you can kind of still tell that they're indie because of how like all over the place their music sounds.
Yeah, I remember she said like they wouldn't have been considered a baby band before Issei left, but since Issei left, it's like they're teenagers. Like there's still remnants of Issei's teachings there, but they reverted a little bit, so they're trying to figure out who they are.
You know what it is?
Find themselves right now.
It's like they lost structure but gained flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I really like what they're doing, and then I'm like,
who just entered the workforce.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you would know about that.
just entered the workforce.
Then the anxious, psychotic nature of their music kind of makes a lot of sense in that case. You know, very stressed out music.
Like, became like freelancer artists.
Identity crisis enabling.
Trying to find yourselves. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It's okay. It's good to listen. Dimlim's good to listen to when you're having a mental breakdown. It helps you get it over with faster.
Every day. Every day. Wait.
Oh,
every other day? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting to see. Someone already said in chat that for the new PV, the new song, that the chorus was very Kyo, reminiscent of Kyo, like from Duran Gray, and the way he sings in the choruses and stuff. And it'll be interesting to see like how much of this comes off as like, oh, this reminds me too much of Duran Gray, versus like, wow, this is really fresh and original, because we've seen both from them. And also, this will also be interesting in the context of when Duran Gray's album comes out next month.
Ooh, good point. And they're also going on a Europe tour.
Yeah. Because it's going to be at some point, like I think we all, at VKH at least, to a reasonable degree, we've all stopped like pointing out like bands and being like, oh, they sound like the Gazette, unless they sound exactly like the Gazette. In which case we put them on blast, like Vexen. Because but it's like anything that's not like direct, like, you know, rip off, copycat it. But if it's like it sounds like, you know,
I mean, bands get inspired, and that's how they start. They're like, wow, I really want to make music like that artist, and then. Like, as long as they're not totally ripping off the band, like Jeff said, like you're trying to practice something. You're trying to understand how they structure songs so complexly, so you can make your own song structures very complex. And
and I feel like that view has been a lot slower to take hold when it comes to bands in the same realm as Duran Gray. I don't know if that's maybe because a lot of them are sounding a little too similar, or if it's because
I think Duran Gray is just so distinct.
It's very distinct, yeah.
I just think they're so distinct. Like Gazette is just fucking everywhere, so like it's kind of hard to directly pinpoint like where somebody's influences come from with Gazette, but then you can still say like, oh, they sound like Gazette. But at that point, everyone sounds like Gazette. But with Duran Gray, it's like if you sound like Duran Gray, it's gonna be kind of fucking obvious. So.
Yeah, because there's so much outright trailblazing that they do. Like the Gazette will set standards. Like, hey, maybe some people have tried rock and electronic music in the past, but it was god awful, and here's how you do it right. But you can't like say they invented it. Duran Gray, you could say they invented their sound, as far as I'm concerned. You know, so it's like when you invent a whole fucking genre, at what, you know. It's like, I don't know. At what point do you like have to? I'm curious as to how long it takes before fans of that band will like see it as more of a genre than anything else.
Duran Gray is a genre, not a band.
Yeah, well, like avant-garde metal, but like their version of that. So like, what is that like? Horror horror metal.
They're doing like new avant-garde metal right now.
Yeah,
so
now
I don't know how you post horror avant-garde metal.
Yeah, but talking about Dim Limb's music more specifically, just the music that they've put out has been very. They, like I said, they're just really leaning into like their whole personality, and they don't really seem to care too much about the fact that their music is very schizophrenic post-essay, and so the tracks they put out, they just go through these batshit crazy combinations of like breakdowns and howlings.
They're bipolar, I think.
Bipolar,
not so much schizophrenic.
Yeah, that's true. So it's going to be interesting to see it, to get a whole album of that. It'll be very. Very
how will we know what to feel?
Yeah.
How will I know what to feel? Maybe I shouldn't listen to this at work. Maybe I need to be alone.
Yeah, maybe. I'm like trying to decide. Like, I'm like, well, it could be workout music, and I'm like, well, not if it's starting and stopping. Like, you know, like,
no, like people like you just like react in public. You're just like, oh wow, this is so good. They're just like, what? Like, just out of nowhere. Freak people out around you. Gosh.
Yeah. All right. What should we do for the next album? Winona, you got another one? Do you have any that you're familiar with that I missed?
Lynch.
Lynch is putting out a DVD, I believe, like a live DVD. It's a 13th. We can talk about it. It's a 13th anniversary live DVD. It's their 13th anniversary.
It is their 13th anniversary, and that's an ominous number. Let me not. Why did I say that?
Do you want to talk about Lynch's album a little bit?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. I just remember that they had a release coming out. See, there was Lynch. There was.
You just like shot that down. Asuka saw that in the chat.
It's a DVD. No, I don't really watch DVDs. It's fine.
Oh, okay. I see.
I mean, like, more power to them. I mean, okay, if we talk about the DVD, what I would say is, I think, since I've never seen Lynch live, I would definitely be interested in seeing that DVD to understand what their lives are like. But I've never seen Lynch live, so I have no prior experience or opinion to compare this to.
Yeah.
Therefore, no words to say on it. But congratulations to them.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, we'll jump into Desert. Desert's got an album coming out on 8/8 called Today. Like, God, 8/8, the sacred day.
Sacred date. 8/8, the sacred date. It rhymes.
Oh, it's got a. It
has to rhyme. That's the fun of it.
Man, I'm looking and it's like, okay, so they haven't put something out in almost a year.
Forever, since forever.
Well, since last October.
Forever in Japan.
Yeah. So the last one they put out was that really new metal sounding song. I can't read kanji, so I don't know what it is. But one of the other A-sides on it was called Hello. Hello was that like that ballad. So we've got their first full album. I really like the way Desert's been going. I think they've been aging pretty gracefully. It'll be interesting to see like how batshit crazy this music is compared to like tracks on their past albums. Asuka says, "Who is the member with the facial hair though? I'm intrigued you don't see this in VK." Oh, that's their bassist.
No, you've seen this in VK. very, very, very little, but
You seen it in Disrain with that ridiculous ass mustache?
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Makeup and mustaches don't always work unless you can make them.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get over to the. There he is. It's very Nagoya K, if you wanna call it that. They're not really Nagoya K. They're like Iriguru K, I guess, or I don't
They
know
do
what they
their
are at this
thing.
point.
Sometimes
They're almost like
touch the Dr.
Kurofuku K. Yeah, they're almost like Kurofuku K at this point. A little bit of. I always considered them. I think we have them as Iriguru K, so I'm gonna stick with that because it really does fit their whole aesthetic and everything.
That's right. We put sex androids as Irdi okay. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Desert is Edo okay. Or did we put Dada Roma? I don't know.
Iriguru K as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will probably be a banger. I'm looking forward to it. The last track, the last single they put out, the other A side, which I will just, I guess I'll just briefly look up the name of that bad boy. Let's see. But they had a PV out for it, and in addition to the PV for Hello, and it was called Kufuku no Melody. And that was like it was very new metal. It was so new metal. It was so Korn. But like, it was really, but like their own take on it. I actually won't even say it's so Korn because they've sounded really Korn in the past. Like they were just like, no,
so
we
corny.
we just want to do Korn, but like even grittier. Yeah, good one, Winona.
Corny.
Good show. But it was so like quintessentially new metal, and just really, but like in a good way, you know. And I was just like, man, this is some nice like 2018 new metal. Is a little. The PV was the one where like everybody's like imagining shooting each other, and they're all in a bar, and then they all shoot each other. Asuka says Corn K. Also, Desert is supposed to be Mami Reta's main inspiration. I can entirely see that. Yeah, I don't have a lot of information. I don't think we've been given a lot of information in terms of, I don't think we have a PV yet from these guys for this album. Like it looks like the single is going to be on the album from last year, but yeah, I don't know if we have a PV yet, so there's only so much I can say. But I wouldn't sleep on this for sure. Looks like the limited edition comes with their tour final DVD as well. So yeah, I think that's about that.
Yeah, I'm not very caught up on Desert. I have 2 weeks off, and then I'll get caught up on all the things.
All their music's still good. That's all you need to know. It's all still so good.
Oh, good. It's still good. That's good. It's reassuring.
It's good.
I don't have to give up.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't put out a ton anyway. Since
after the week of August 20th is when I need everyone to just tweet me links of all the things that are still good.
Yeah.
Just flood me.
Yeah, for sure. We could talk about Jupiter next.
Hey,
they have a full album.
Jupiter.
I think it's a full album.
I'm actually looking forward to it because I'm really curious about that vocalist. I heard that music video that has him, and I'm very intrigued by his voice. It's very unique, very different from what they've had in the past.
Yeah, it's This is also coming out 8/8, by the way, and I'll intro it in a second.
Wonderful! Yeah, I forgot that was the other one.
Is it an album? I don't know. I don't think it's an album. I think it's just the Oh yeah, it's just the single that's dropping.
Is it? Is it a single?
Yeah.
Either way, I'm excited for that.
We announced it. I reported on the single. I wasn't sure if they had turned it into an album or something. I had seen somewhere it might be an album. So sorry.
I saw somewhere it would be an album too. Hold on, because isn't it called Theory of Evolution?
Yeah, that's the single.
Wait a second. You keep talking. I'm gonna do research.
Yeah. I mean, unless like anything's changed from what we reported on it, it's a single. So because we reported it as a single. I guess I was.
My
The
work-life
rumors were
balance needs to get
mistaken.
better.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Where's my browser window? Let's put this in.
I looked up theory of evolution and got Darwin's theory of evolution. Awesome, thanks. But that's not what I wanted.
Asuka says, "Where do I listen to all of these things?" LOL. I'm putting together a release list for VKH, and it will be full of articles of how to get the stuff. Or links to articles or links directly to CD Japan.
CD Japan, and then we'll like tell you on our special streams where they're available for stream if possible.
I'll try to have that out.
Slowly getting hip.
I'll try to have that out tomorrow. So, yeah. So they have.
It's a single.
Yeah, it's just a single. So, Theory of Evolution, and it's 3 tracks and an instrumental track. So yeah, this is Jupiter's main return, and with a new vocalist. Kuze came from. Kuze is their new vocalist, Kuze Atsushi, who is the former vocalist of Concerto Moon, which was kind of a big deal if you're a J-metal fan, I suppose. They seemed like kind of a deal. Like people knew who they were, it seemed. And he also has a power metal band called Screaming Symphony. I'm not sure if I would imagine it's still ongoing since he had it on the side from Concerto Moon. But yeah, so then they put out the PV for Theory of Evolution, which is the single that's coming out. What did you think? I've talked about my thoughts on it in the past. What did you think of that PV, Winona?
And
the song.
I'm trying to think about how to put my reaction in words, but like in the different stages of reaction that I went through. Like It was at first like general I'll check it out while it was working. Like I just that'll play next, I guess, whatever. It starts playing and then I hear Kuze's voice and I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck? And I have to go back and click and watch it. I'm just like, wow, like I think it's just it's a different vocal range than what they tried to use before, because with Versailles it was Kamijo, and then when they became Jupiter, they got Zen and they tried to make him like Kamijo 2.0 in a way for the band, and with Kuze they've kind of they started completely rebranding Jupiter 100% is what I can say, because with Jupiter it was like still kind of fuck, those are fireworks. still kind of Versailles. Yeah, now I found my words. It was still kind of Versailles when they first started, but then like it's funny because when Zen was with them, it was like he was trying to get them into that more rock direction. There's nothing I can do about this background.
Every time I'm in the streets, I hear yeah.
There's literally nothing I can do about this. Like, good kid, Mad City. I know, right? Like,
man down.
Jeez, like, good kid, Mad City.
Yeah, that's Winona.
Jeez, where are you from? Oh God. If you know where you're from by G, like, but yeah. Anyway, Jupiter still sounded kind of like Versailles, and then when Zen left, he tried to do a solo thing, right? And he started to do more rock-esque stuff, but Jupiter was kind of going in the direction of doing more rock-esque stuff too. And then when Zen left, they kind of kept going with the rock, the harder rock direction, which started like being more heavier on rock music than it was on like the symphonic part of symphonic rock, if that makes sense. And I think Kuze's voice really adds to that element because it's less operatic. It's a much less operatic voice than what they had hired before. I don't know how to word that. Who they had with them before, and just the change in the tonality of the vocals gives that band a totally different flavor and gives them a totally different, like they've almost completely separated themselves from the Versailles brand, except for 4 or 3 of the 5 members still being from Versailles. Like their sound is different from Versailles now, is what I can say. So now I'm like very interested in hearing their single, whereas before I was significantly less interested. So yeah.
Yeah. I would. I was personally kind of
Not impressed.
I've already given my thoughts.
I just thought it was cool.
Yeah, I've already given my thoughts. It's
just intrigued because it's different. I like different.
I think what I said was, yeah, no, I feel you. It was different, and I feel like they had a. I feel like they had a. I think my thing was that they had evolved into what might be their final form. That's the good news.
Yeah.
And then the bad news is that their final form is like a power metal band that's indistinguishable from a lot of other power metal bands. So that's kind of my problem with it.
I mean, yeah, they might be Gelneris now. I don't know what else to say. That's a good point. When I think about it, they're probably going to be like Gelneris. But, I mean, it's better than... I mean, given who's in the band, it's better than, like, Versailles Take Two. Like, I don't know. I didn't care too much for Jupiter when it happened. Like,
yeah, that was probably the harshest, one of the harshest reviews I ever wrote was for Classical Element. I didn't even mean for it to be that harsh, but it was just, I was very, like...
We were just not interested, because it just was, like, it was like, what was the point? Like... What was the point? I don't know. When they made it. But now, like, there's kind of a point. I personally don't think they've reached their final form, because I'm really hoping they didn't. It's just nice. It's just nice that they've taken a different take on their sound finally, because now there's a point, there's a purpose for this project existing.
Well, I mean, like, if you lean into it,
it'll bring something different to actually Versailles.
Yeah, and I mean, if they like outright if this is them just leaning into it and this is their new starting point, like that's fine, like because it's like it doesn't mean like power metal is just kind of a trap of a genre because like they can all sound the same, but then you have like bands like Unlucky Morpheus that like break out of that. So and being a Visual Kei power metal band, X Japan's is not doing that right now, They're trying to bring back rock music.
With Marilyn Manson, who's also working very hard to bring back rock music.
Yeah, so I don't know how their like OG fans. I don't know how their OG fans feel about saving rock and roll, but like as opposed to I don't know. I see a lot of their because some of their fans comment on our posts and they're like power metal fans and stuff. So it's like
they
but you see my point. There's a market. So
they went to Coachella and they brought Marilyn Manson with them, who was banned from Coachella, and they're working. Okay,
listen, all I'm saying is I got a lot of shit for I've gotten a little bit of critique for Born to Be Free being a power metal song on our article. So yeah.
Just real quick.
Sorry.
They did that thing with Hyde, and I think it was just Yoshiki, right? Honestly, I feel like Hyde's music is going in a wonderful direction. I just want to say that. And if Yoshiki can just take some pointers from Hyde and run with that for X Japan, that would be dope. But I don't think that's going to happen because Yoshiki's really into himself. So, yeah, let's move on. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I was just going to say...
Jupiter.
I was just going to say, I saw a little bit of criticism about us including X Japan's Born to Be Free as an example of power metal in our Visual K compilation.
Oh God.
It was criticism from a power metal fan, and I was like, well, that's a fair point, and it got me thinking about like and the reason we had is because there's no other X Japan music videos on YouTube, so it's like the only one we could use, right? But
yeah, X Japan's the only one that's really power metal in Japan, aren't they?
I
feel like we
could update the article.
I feel like we'd be lynched if we didn't put X Japan on the beginner's guide to Visual K.
Yeah, well, we'll see how people are feeling about that after this album drops.
When the album comes out, yeah.
Yeah.
Never.
A Nameless Gula says, quote, Yoshiki's really into himself, unquote. Well, damn, Winona.
I mean, am I wrong? Change my mind. He's into himself. Change my mind.
You're really, man. You're bold. You're bold tonight, fam. All right, moving on.
No, Yoshki's, good guy, Yoshiki.
Yeah.
Donated however much amount of monies to Japan from the landslide, like 1 million yen. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, moving on. Jupiter. Yeah, so as we were saying, so I didn't think Jupiter was the hot new thing when it came out, and it was definitely exciting for a lot of fans. So I was like, for it to improve, for them to improve. They've started going in a new direction, and they're continuing in that new direction. So I'm happy about that. But I feel like it takes them changing vocalists to go in a new direction each time, Kuze might not last long, and they might be one of those bands with rotating vocalists.
Oh, I hope not. He seems like a good fit for at least being a power metal band.
Yeah, but what if they don't want to stay a power metal band, is what I'm saying. They're going to rotate vocalists for every genre they're trying. Yeah.
What the fuck else are they going to be? It's like...
Anything. I don't know. What the fuck else they're going to be? Toshi, I don't know. Like, fuck.
Oh, you know who would be a great vocalist for them? Kami Joe. Can we get her to get...
That's Versailles all over again. God. Yeah, you got Versailles and Jupiter. They're the same band. No, they're not.
I mean, they sound very different now. So, I mean, there's that, I guess.
No, Jeff. No, that's not... No.
Okay.
You know what would be a great vocalist for them? Gact.
Oh, God. I don't know. It could be interesting. All right. So what I was gonna say was, I was actually there's music by Jupiter that I'm actually really into, and a lot of it was the newer stuff from Zin right before he left. Mm-hmm. So I would say keep an eye on Zin for his solo project if you liked the later stuff before Jupiter lost
I haven't
Zin.
Seen stuff from him recently.
He's supposed to be launching a solo project. I'm
supposed to be, but I haven't seen.
No,
I have recently. I haven't seen it. You've seen it? Okay.
Yeah. So I will. I'm stalking his social media, and things are happening.
Where he's wearing sunglasses. Got you.
I'm waiting till it's news, but
you're waiting till it's news. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for too. That's what I mean. I haven't seen stuff recently that's news. I've seen words. I haven't seen concrete evidence.
Otherwise, you stick with Jupiter and see where they go as this power metal band. If you like Hizaki and Teru's music, then you like this stuff already. It's you know who you're here for. Yeah, you know who you're here for. Yeah.
I mean, if you like Versailles, you like Jupiter.
No, that's not true because I like Versailles. I like Versailles.
If you like the guitarist,
I'm trying so hard to like.
You Jupiter. Really are. No, I don't blame you.
Kimiko says no Ken doll vocalist. Sorry, not much of a Gact fan. Woo! No, I feel you for sure. I think a power metal vocalist is very appropriate here. So best of luck.
Right now,
yeah. The look is on point, by the way, and the aesthetics and the visuals and the PV.
Yeah, definitely.
just so I don't sound like I'm just saying like critical things. I do think they're doing a good job trying.
Yeah, I'm bad at giving compliments. So yeah, they're doing a good job. Yeah. I think that PV was well executed. I appreciated the visuals. I was definitely enticed by it, which was bad because I was working, and then I clicked back to the PV when I was intrigued by the voice, and then I was like, wow, I can't click away. So it was a problem.
Oh man. Okay. Who else have we covered that? Do we need to cover that you are familiar with? Let me check You sent me a list, right?
I sent you like a list of like 4 bands. I probably know a little
Acme,
bit more.
Crossfaith, Lynch, Jupiter. Okay, we got them all. I just wanted to make sure we got them all because we got you here, and we wanted to get your get your hot takes. Get your hot takes on stuff. So
I can give hot takes on a lot of things, even if I don't have a real opinion.
I'm pretty confident you'll be able to give some hot takes on some of these other ones anyway.
When we do the recap next week, I got you.
Zaza has a single coming out.
Fuck.
On 8/8.
Do I get excited?
I don't know. I don't know.
Fuck yes.
I have to.
I got excited on the inside, but I was like, wait.
Yeah, because we were all way into Zaza, and then as you very correctly pointed out in a podcast that I hope is out, they lost it. I don't know if it's the one that needs to come out or if it was the one that's already out.
I think it's Jeff.
I'm working on
it. Jeff to put out these podcasts, please. We put in good content. It's just not.
It's just, I'm swamped. Right, I'm so swamped.
We're both swamped. I'd help him if I knew what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah. So anyway, Zaza kind of.
I explained what was wrong with Zaza right now. So I'm caught up as far as like the point that I thought they were still good, and then they just fell off the face of the earth and started like they've been trying to like play catch up with the industry for the past few years since their drummer left, which is really sad because they were so talented and hurt. They were like one of my friends that works on the inside was like, yeah, Zaza's like. At the time, a few years ago, in like 2016, I think was the last time that they were a big deal. He was like, "Yeah, they're like super big in Japan. They're like the future." And I was like, "Oh, dope." And then we did stuff, and then they just fell off after. I think it was, I forgot the name of the drummer, but he left, and now like you see like remnants of other bands in them, not even like what's left of them. Just like you see like pieces of what's Death Aroma now and pieces of what was Pentagon and stuff like that in them.
So it'll be interesting to see. I think the look they've got is very, very cool.
I remember when Akai came out, I did not like that. I'm sorry.
Let me see if I can grab the single details because Zaza's one that we gotta
try and keep up with as best as possible because we want them to they were great, they fell off, but we believe they can come back. They're just trying to figure themselves out again. It's like the whole thing with Dim Lim, except they're a little slower with it because they had like a really solid structure.
Where's the discography?
They had a great concept as a band. They told amazing stories.
This album artwork's pretty dope.
What's the name of the single?
It is called
that's the longest stretch.
Mazarenai.
That's Mazarenai.
Mazarenai.
Jeff is trying so hard.
Yeah, so hopefully this will be like a good comeback. Oh, that's a really dope album art. Look at that. Oh.
Yeah, it was Akairo was the one that I didn't like too much.
Yeah.
Mazarenai. I see Noroyuta. I do not see the Mazarenai album art. Let me look that up.
Very distinct. Oh, wait, these are past singles.
That's what I was.
Oh, I see.
The Noroyuta one looks like it was promising.
Oh, so my mistake. Then this is the cover for Mazarenai. Okay, so it's the one with the picture of the vocalist facing, and then like the other one's facing away.
What?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Go to their website.
Okay. I'm trying.
I can send you a link,
It's
actually.
been so long. Please.
Yeah, let me send you a link.
Onegaishimasu.
Mad Punky Heartless says, "Wow, the covers are so
Oh,
dope."
I'm there. Got
Yeah.
it. I got their.
Yeah, I'm noticing that just now, just like playing around on their website.
Jeez, wow, they changed their look. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's
Yeah, so
all
changes
right.
happened.
I can dig it. All right. Okay. Let's see you with the gold fringe, the gold foils. Got you.
Yeah,
Filigree.
that's pretty. Is it not like it's a pretty interesting look? You know, it's like
Yeah, the gold filigree.
yeah,
They still got the eye. Yeah, his eye is mimicking their logo. All right, I see you. I see you.
yeah.
Now, where is this album
So
art?
we'll see. We'll see.
Discography. Nazarenai. I see no album artwork. Oh no, there it is. Okay. All right, change is happening. I guess. All right. Okay. That's how I feel. There's two songs on the single. There's a chandelier. And there's some colors. All right, I can dig it. It's very Nine Goats-esque from the color scheme and how they're being so elusive with the imagery and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. But
Yeah.
if this goes in that direction, if it goes in that kind of gothic soft sounding direction, but they like add the elements, if they pull together everything that they've learned from the past with that, I could dig it. It could be good for them. But if they literally sound like everyone else, I'm gonna be so mad. So sorry.
Yeah, I think that's a good summarization. We'll have to wait and see. So I think that's all of the that's the more notable ones that come out on 8/8. There's a few others, but I think we can. I think we can jump ahead to maybe a few more that come out later in the month, and then maybe wrap it up from there.
Yeah.
So I would say we could take a look at one, two. We could just kind of run through them real fast, I guess.
Yeah.
There's one. There's one maybe we can talk about a little bit, which is since it's a big deal. Artist, which is Sid, is got a mini album coming out on the 22nd.
Yes.
The
OGs.
Yeah.
Black Butler.
Let's see what they're up to. I am behind on Sid.
I'm also behind on Sid.
Because the problem is like all of their media content is like none of it is, I don't think, is accessible in the States.
No, it's on Apple Music, kind of.
The new stuff?
But they don't. No, that's what I was about to say. They don't update it. Well, they aren't. They're one of the big bands that's not focused on overseas promotion. They're very focused on domestic promotion. So.
Yeah, because they're massive.
They're huge in Japan. They don't really they don't care. Like they care about their fans, but their management, I would say, doesn't care too much about overseas promotion. They've never. I don't think they've ever set foot outside of Japan for shows. If they have, please correct me, but I don't think they have.
Yeah, so this is how they look now. It's not super Visual K anymore.
I mean, they never really were. They were
pretty
a soft
Visual
K band.
They were pretty Visual K back in the day.
Back in the day,
the vocalist was.
Not since Black Butler's opening came out. That they kind of started toning it down 5 years
Yeah, but they had
ago,
toned it down. They had gone through trends of toning it down prior to Black Butler, and then they ramped it
Phases.
up. Yeah, and then they ramped it back up.
Yeah. And then they ramped it back down.
and then they ramped it back down. So anyway, looking at let me see if I have their.
I feel like they're like one of the Annie song bands that do the like. I feel like every other Annie song band doesn't think about overseas promotion, because Overworld only recently made their recent stuff available on Spotify, and my mind was fucking blown. Like, I was so excited, and this was literally like 2 days ago. And Sid, I just haven't been able to acquire any of their recent stuff. Just
Yeah.
not like through no legal means. Like,
yeah, I think the last thing. Oh man, yeah, I really got to catch up. Oh God, yeah, it's been.
no, it's been a while. It's been a while for the both of us. I already know.
They really have gone like Japan exclusive at the because usually something gets out to us.
No, they've always been. They've always been.
Like, no, but they've had like PVs out there and stuff, like the Black Butler one. That one's on their Vivo. Yeah,
because it was an anime song. It like had to be, because it was such a big franchise. They kind of had to.
Yeah.
They had bigger hopes and dreams back then, but then I don't know what happened. Somebody must have done something dirty and really turned them away from overseas. I don't know what happened.
Mad Punky Heartless says Shin's album comes out 8/8 too. It looks like we missed one.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Shin.
That's right, it does. Oh my gosh, yeah, Shin's album does. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm caught up with Shin, except his album comes out on 8/8, so we could talk about it.
Okay, let's wrap up Sid real quick. So it's called, it's a MIDI album. It's called Ichiban Tsukina Basho, and it's 5 tracks. And if you have somehow managed to stay up to date with Sid, like, I'm sure it'll be decent. I will also point out that they put out an anime best album from 2018 to 2017 that's 11 tracks long back in April.
I'll
have to get my hands on that for...
Dude, we have
reasons.
to for our thing.
For a thing.
Get our thing. Get our things together for this other thing.
VIP was an anime song?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember when that came out. Yeah.
That's cool. I like VIP.
Yeah, that was an anime song. Like they're an Ani song band. Like most of their songs are Ani songs. Anime songs. Them, Overworld, Jam Project, which is Japanese anime music project. Who else? TM Revolution, Ani song artist. Who else? Flow.
Yeah.
Kind of the Gazette, but not really. Like they did one.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's about that. We can talk about Shin. But first, Asuka wanted to plug in Darrell's Darkness album. I think we talked about it last stream on the Baby Band stream, and it came out 7/25. I haven't listened to it either, Asuka. We'll probably
I haven't listened to it either.
We'll probably circle back and cover them and maybe some other heavier bands. It looks like the recent
the middle of the week.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the upcoming releases and the recent releases, they're like split pretty hard between like heavy shit and light shit, you know? Like we're getting lm.c and Acme, and then you're getting like what's already come out, like Death Gaze and Archite. And Archite's like new album is like their version of Project Dark Age by the Gazette, you know? Like and then we've got, you know, Dimlim's album coming out, so maybe we'll do a couple themed streams, you know, like a heavy band stream and August is gonna be a lot of streams.
Check out our stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty. God, interesting.
I gotta do a lot. Jeff, just send me links so I can catch up on them, please.
Oh, it's gonna be be a horror show. I don't even know how the fans are gonna be able to stay up with all this stuff.
Can we just like make a Google Drives document for the two of us, and we just like put the links of the things that we gotta keep up with for.
Yeah. Well, we gotta. Everyone's keeping each other updated in our Discord is actually like the easiest way. You know?
God, dude, our Discord flies. I'm sorry, just like people message so much.
Get in there. Get in there.
I'm there, but I'm also not there.
Yeah, so just check any one of the artist tags in there, and we're posting stuff in there. People are posting stuff in there.
God, yeah, we're so organized for a reason.
I added a news tips channel, and people are using it. Thank you for that, by the way, guys.
Yes, I'm so glad. I told Jeff to do that. He was like, "Why?"
Okay, Shin. So Shin he's the one that did the Just Going True side song. He's the ex-Vivid vocalist. That's who. That Shin. Okay.
Yeah, that Shin. Yep, Shin from Vivid.
Okay. All right. So
he's trying his best.
What does that mean?
I mean, I'm proud of him for moving on after Vivid.
Oh, I see. That's hard.
The devastation of Vivid? Are you kidding me?
Oh. Well, it sounded like you were like, well, he tried.
No, I actually really like the music he's making right now. He put out that Glamorous Sky cover. It was great.
Now, the real question is this Shin's OHP? Yes, it is. Okay, cool.
That's always the real question.
I mean, it's like a generic enough name that it's like, what if it's...
I mean, so is what more? God.
Well, it's like, I don't know if like other people have that name, but all right. So On My Way to Innocent You is the second album. Oh, okay. I've actually seen the PV for this and heard the song. Yeah, so what, we're looking at 9 tracks here, and then a limited edition with a DVD that has 1, 2, 3. Oh, these are 2 music videos. Looks like a making of, and then a live video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds about right. If I'm not mistaken, it should be available on Apple Music when it drops.
So when known as
the tracks, though.
As someone who's only casually listened to Shin so far, my impression is that like if I ever want like a modern substitute for Vivid, like maybe go check him out. Like if I'm missing that, like he's my guy for that. Is that like fairly accurate to say, you'd think?
As someone who didn't listen to a lot of Vivid.
Oh, you didn't listen to a lot of Vivid? Oh, okay.
I mean, I kind of like.
Chat, tell me. I know he's the ex-vocalist of Vivid, so it's like, but it's like,
he's doing good.
Yeah, it sounded. I was like, this sounds. This sounds like he's doing as good or better at like the persona that he was, the avatar he was personifying in Vivid, Like,
he's doing him.
You want to talk about a fusion of rock star and pop star?
This is the part where we talk about being a solo rock artist. like I started alluding to before. He's doing the thing that like so many before him have tried. And it's one of those things where it can go 2 ways. It can really only go 2 ways. He can either just fail terribly or be a sensation.
I don't know. Would you say Kami Joe is either right now?
It's kind of a sensation.
Is
but
he?
Right now, well, yeah, like he's doing pretty good. Yeah, because he worked with Hatsune Miku, which was a huge brand, but I think he's milking too much from that. And he's worked with Mana. He's had a lot of big name brands, big brands behind his name. Like Mana was literally the first. He put Mana on a music video, and Mana hadn't been on a music video since a Malice Miser music video. That was a big deal. So
I would still describe his solo project as like a slow, like calculated building up. I wouldn't consider it like a giant, like him just like blasting off to fame. It's like he had a real indie solo phase, quote unquote, like where he felt like I was watching PVs and listening to music by an indie artist, like an indie solo artist. Yeah, remember really, Lewis?
But no, that's the one I was talking about, where Mana was in the music video. That was like already a big deal because Mana was a cameo in it, and that was just like, what the fuck? Like, it was so long since he was in a music video.
But it's like, it's been building up to like where he's at now, where he's like collabing with Hatsune Miku. So he's like profitable as a solo artist and stuff.
It's always a build-up. Yeah, I mean, like the ultimate end goal of it. Like, it's either gonna fail terribly or you're gonna be a sensation. Maybe not a huge sensation, but you're gonna like profit really, really well. Cause like there's so many. There's Gact who did super well. Like right now he's like but he did super well. You know, in his heyday, he had heydays. Klaha went off the face of the earth. Shara went off the face of the earth as far as we're concerned. There's a lot more that I can't really name right now because I'm blanking on it. But those like the three main ones that I can remember. There's plenty more, but
I really don't see how someone like Shin could fail really at what he's trying to go for. Like he's got everything to not fail.
He's got his brand down. He has a big name band behind him, but at the same time, it's not like he's trying to totally change genres, because that's usually what is somebody's ultimate failure, when they try to completely change their brand and change who they are to their fans. And it's all about his execution from this point on of that and producing good music. So he's producing decent music right now, and he's trying. When he did the cover of Glamorous Sky, it was a good way of marketing himself, because that's a pretty popular song in Japan. And he did tour Europe, but that I don't know how that went. So
I think we know how that went.
Wait, I'm gonna be vague for the show and say I don't completely know how that went in detail.
But I mean, we're still
No, he's doing his best. And we just
focusing on his Japan growth. That's what I'm like. Yes. That's what I'm curious about right now.
Focusing on his domestic fans.
Yeah.
His domestic image, which is fine. It's what he needs to build right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything that I thought was bad or anything like that when I listened. I was in a hurry when I watched the PV. Same. But everything looks solid to me. Sounded solid to me. I'll probably check out the album.
I have his first album, and I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah.
Like, it was the first album, and then he had his first single and stuff. I checked out all that stuff. I didn't think any of it was bad.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. All right.
I'm also nothing stands out to me yet, but I didn't think any of it was bad. I'm gonna let him keep building his brand before I do anything terrible.
Before I roast him.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve it. I can't do it. Like, he's really trying, so I can feel it. He's really trying. He's put a lot into it. So let him keep going. I'll rip him a new one if I think he deserves it, but I don't think he deserves it. So.
Okay, now that we're done with our 8 coverage, we really got to power through some of these, I guess.
Unless somebody comes up with a new one out of nowhere, which we wouldn't be surprised about.
So at 8/22, Purple Stone is dropping their 7th single.
Yay!
And we haven't heard from them in a while.
I know. I'm thinking 7th single. How many years have they been around?
Yeah. So it's called Tonde Hini Iru Koisuru Natsu no Mushi.
You want to send that to me, fam?
No, I think I nailed it. No, I think I nailed it.
Did he nail it, chat?
You know what? It doesn't matter, because it's like if that's the way I said it, that's the way the overseas people are gonna say it. So
that's not how I say it.
That's I've decided we're going to start using my pronunciations as a way of gauging how the average Westerner is going to respond to Japanese names.
No,
and you guys are going to. This is coming. I'm flipping this back around on you guys. That's how we're going to do this.
Getting Fs on the grade book.
No. Because you don't get to do that and then turn around and be like, how come my favorite bands don't succeed in the States? Yes,
Oh my God.
I'm going to. Okay, you want
my
that
gosh.
to happen? I'm going to help you. I'm going to say these names wrong until they make names that I say right, and then that's how you know you got like a good name and everything. You know?
If it's just one word.
Yeah, until they're all English.
I think no. I think they're taking note from like the bands from like a few years ago that had like sentence long names in English.
Oh my God!
You know
Stop
what I'm
it!
talking about.
Stop it! Like it's just like.
The band's a few years behind, man. Like I'm pretty sure that's what they're taking note from.
Yeah, a nice long piece of poetry in the title, a haiku in the title.
A nice long paragraph in the title. You got a whole sonnet for the title.
All right,
the lyrics are the title.
I just wanted to bring it up because I'm very excited about getting another dance choreography PV, which I'm hoping for. I guess that the last release they had was their album last year, which was a lot of singles from. Was that their first album? Yeah, it was their first album. How long have these guys been around? 2013. Exactly. They've had one album.
Literally what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean.
They've been around for a while and they're putting out their 7th single.
Yeah. So we have
the Western edge.
Yeah. So I'm still trying to. We don't have a lot of details in terms of media. We have a track list for this.
I looked up Shin. I got Shin splints.
We'll keep you guys posted on this too, especially as it gets closer in the month. That's all I got to say about that. Purple Stone, yeah.
They're a very sparkly band with a very.
What else we got that I want to talk
sound.
about? Oh, you know who's got a song coming out on the 22nd? Is actually it's an album. Is fucking Heidi. Heidi of all.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, this will be interesting. I don't know how I feel either. Heidi's been in a weird state
situation
the last few years. For those of you who aren't familiar, this Heidi used to be like the indie band to beat all indie bands as far as a lot of people were concerned. You know. I don't think that's an exaggeration or anything like that.
No, I don't think it is because they used to be like one of the bands, you know.
And then like as they got bigger, they were still good, and then at some point they completely fell off.
Gave up. Yeah.
And
like there was one album release that they put out, and it just wasn't.
It was
produced weird.
It was rough. It was really rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was, and since then it's been very like they've just kind of been in limbo. So we'll see how this goes, I guess. Because a lot of us were really like there were a lot of people that were like rubbed kind of the wrong way, I think, by it. Yeah, we'll just put it that way. Like
yeah, there were. Yeah.
Yeah, like fans and stuff. I'm referring to. So.
Yeah,
The album's called Que Sera Sera, and
it's kind of how they are right now, honestly.
It's very. Oh my God, you're right. Que Sera Sera. Isn't that like it is what it is?
Que Sera Sera.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Que Sera Sera. Whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, saying it over and over again doesn't change the fact that I don't know what it means. But what?
No, I said. Whatever will be, will be. You've never heard the song?
I have. Maybe. I don't know.
Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be, will be.
Oh. Now we're gonna get content ID'd.
Yeah, it means whatever will be, will be. And I really think that that's their, like, motto right now.
Yeah, so fuck it. In other words.
Yeah, that's what it means. Hakuna Matata. Like,
I like fuck it.
God.
Although I guess you can't like make a song
Such
out of.
life.
I guess you can't make a song with.
Another...
I guess you can't make a kid-friendly song out of fuck it for a Disney movie.
Yeah, it's immediately bad.
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
It means just fuck it.
No. The rest of your days we're gonna hit by Disney for copyright. God.
Yeah. All right. What else? Wingworks has a single coming out. That's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's one of those guys who went the. He's also a solo. That's one of the other soloists, and he was in Lolita 23Q, and he basically took the electronic part of Lolita 23Q and ran with it. So yeah,
Yeah,
really
and he
interesting.
went full on rave boy too. It was
No, yeah,
pretty.
yeah, yeah. That's like one of his like subtitles, Rave Boy.
It's
Something Rave. Rave is one of his definite subtitles when it comes to his lives.
it's
Like
the
it's all of
hybrid
them
shock
raves.
music is the subtitle I'm seeing, and then he
No,
had a
no,
song
no.
called
Like
Rave of My
there you
Trinity or
go.
something like that,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah, yeah,
rave spelled
yeah.
with two V's.
Yeah. He like uses he knows what he is. He's very fully aware and he wears
Yeah.
a lot of silver.
Asuka says Wingworks
God.
they're around still. It's more like he's back because he's the bassist for
He was
Lolita
like
23Q, and they got back
yeah.
together, and he kind of stopped
Then they
after a certain point, and while they were still together, and then they full on disbanded.
they disbanded and then he came back.
Yeah, so that's where
Yeah,
we're
when
at
they
now.
disbanded he came back, so well, he's been around. He had been doing lives actually over the time that Lolita 23Q was around. He just didn't do too many releases.
Mm.
So yeah, he's been
Okay.
active. He's been doing a lot of lives. A lot of artists that you aren't hearing from that are still active right now are still active at venues, just networking and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't hear a disbandment announcement or a hiatus announcement, you can just assume an artist is still active.
Yeah.
Um, so, haven't heard the name Lolita 23Q in so long. Well, see, Mad Punky Heartless, that you were part of the problem because they like disbanded like a couple months ago.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah. They got back together and then they disbanded. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
it was,
I'm totally kidding. It's not your fault. It's but like they got back
I,
together and just never got their name back out there.
I,
You
I,
know?
I was agreeing with Jeff's news pointing out that it happened in April, but like it wasn't yeah, nothing they really did was heavily pushed because they came back at the wrong time. Because remember I explained how I thought that the pushes and pulls in the industry were happening with the music, and they were still like they were still light. They were very Oshare at the time that they were big, and then they tried to come back when not that kind of music is the thing right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think it was their time to come back.
No, but they did disband, and
It's unfortunate,
it's unfortunate.
but
But we got Wingworks now, and I like Wingworks. I think his quality of music is very high for like how small of an artist he is.
some people I know don't like Wingworks because they think he's everything wrong with music because it's just like not me. Like this is literally some conversations I've had with people. Like they don't think it's rock enough. I don't know how to explain it. It's not organic enough. It's very digital, and it just sounds terrible to them. But yeah, I think I like Wingworks
Yeah,
too.
that's
So
cute. That's wonderfully naive.
that's cute.
That's
Wonderfully
wonderfully
nice.
naive.
Oh,
Look around a little bit more, dig a little bit more in, find out how many of your favorite artists are all produced and auto-tuned on their music, and then they'll drop that view. So um, I'll just
hey man, it was just some people I talked to, man.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, as for people with that view, it's like always amusing to me because it's like they'll
Like
say that, and then
everything's
they'll be like, oh, well then I prefer a band like this, and I'm like, that band is garbage live. Everything they do is put together in the studio, and you want to like complain about it not being organic, So it's like it's kind of a perspective thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would definitely say Wingworks isn't for everyone as well, like because he is more rave than anything else, or he's tried to be.
He really is.
Um,
No, he's still trying to be. Have you seen his newest music video?
well, it's old, right? The Rave of My Trinity. Right?
No, there's a different one.
There is.
Yeah, there's a new one.
What?
Am I right?
I don't know about that.
There's something. If I'm wrong, I don't remember. I remember I like came across one of his music videos. I was like, huh, haven't seen something from him in a while, so I clicked on
No.
it,
Oh
and it was
wait,
like him.
there's a
Yeah.
live digest video for a song called Inferno, I guess, from December. All right.
Let's
Well,
see.
anywho, can you see chat from where you're at, Winona?
I can get to it. What's
Okay.
good with chat?
I need to. My earbuds are about to die, so I need to grab non battery powered earbuds. I'm using my
Why
AirPods, so
don't you just do this? Why don't you just get non-battery earbuds for every
so
stream, Jeff?
I usually do, but I was getting tired of it like pulling back, and usually when I use these, they last long enough. I didn't have time. So entertain chat. I'll be right back. We got
Okay, let me get to
maybe one more
chat. Chat,
artist.
wait, Jeff, wait. Wait, wait, everyone, wait. No, wait. No, you can't do it. You can't do this. He left me. Oh, he's the worst. Oh, you didn't leave. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm still trying to load it. Okay, I'm on. We're good. God. Okay, hi, chat. What's good? And there goes Jeff. Jeff left. Yeah, Jeff left. Oh, jeez. Yeah. See, what was I thinking? Yeah, so we were talking about Wingworks. I had words to say about Wingworks. I'm trying to remember what words before Jeff said to entertain chat. And I still
Okay,
hear
I'm back.
myself back. Jeff came back real quick. Wow, he came back quick. I was trying to remember what I was saying about Wingworks when he left.
Okay.
I had more to say on it.
Okay, I'm
I
back.
can't remember. But yeah, something that I was going to say on Wingworks was it looks like he's I don't even know if he had any real production value when he started, but this one of the music videos he put out was just like, God, yeah, he's trying so hard, but he's trying a little too hard for some of these music videos, and I appreciate his effort, but it's a little too much. just needs to pull it back a little bit. I'm gonna find the music video and put it in chat so that they can see what I'm talking about.
He seems like a good. He seems like a good guy. He seems like a.
Yeah, it was.
He's a good rave boy. He'll do what's right. I have faith in him.
I mean, I remember when Vadman. Yeah, it's been 5 years
Vadman
since he
was
started.
very extra. Was very extra.
Vadman Silver was.
Fiction Boy was gloriously extra. I actually really enjoyed Fiction Boy.
Phoenix.
It was that.
Phoenix was so extra. Yeah, everything he did was extra. Like, I think he was sort of extra K, just with silver. I don't know.
It's funny. I like it.
It's just some things were too much. Just some things were just.
I don't know. Maybe that's why I liked it. Like, I'm not saying it's like top tier or anything like that, but like I do enjoy it. You know, like maybe it's because he's so obviously like, no, this is rave. I want rave. Rave, please. This is not electronic or this is not. This is not my dark, so unique take on it. It's like,
and
no,
like
rave.
Rave. God, yeah. Yeah. I mean, even with Phoenix, when that came out. Yeah, even with Phoenix when that came out. But I liked Phoenix a lot, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot. Everything was a lot. It's fine. It's fine. We'll see how he comes back.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Last one, and then we can wrap up the stream. Is Arlequin has a mini album called Bless coming out, and what was the last thing by Arlequin you heard, Winona?
I
think we're both probably going to be behind on Arlequin to varying degrees.
I can't remember the name of the song, which is a problem because I know it was in English. Let's see if I can
Was
pull
it
it up.
Puzzle?
No.
Was it Exist?
Yes.
Oh, so you're up to date. You're up to
Yeah.
speed.
It was Exist.
Yeah, that was interesting because you had Exist and Antidote, and they were both two very different, very interesting songs. It was nice. It was nice to see them they were kind of mixing it up a little bit. Finally.
Yeah.
I've wanted so many
very,
years for them to mix it up, and it's like every time they do, it's like they're finally throwing me a bone, but it's like a little bit.
It's like we put like one new note in there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. At some point, I have to like draw the line and be like, all right, this is getting out of control. Like, or not this is getting out of control, but like, my desire to see them turn into like, something more than what they are, which is the Roys of alt metal
They started out with like a really strong visual and concept and stuff.
Yeah, their first EP,
So
their first EP way back in the day, like I remember James posted that in the VKH authors like group and Facebook group and was like, guys, yeah, check this out. And we were like losing our minds over this band.
We were like, yo,
it was like, is this the next Gazette? Like, is this like what is this? But like from day one, the next Gazette, like, what is this? Like, this is great. And then they just they did the same anime song,
They just kept going.
What, like 12 singles in a row?
Yeah.
And it's not bad. And they do B-sides that are like, heavy and good when they do it. It's like at some point I gotta stop holding out hope and just stop projecting what I want them to be onto it, I guess.
You gotta just let them be who they want to be, Jeff. Don't
let them be the anime band they're desperately trying to be.
Don't live vicariously through them. All right. Just
yeah, it's Tommy's job. What?
I know, right?
But yeah, so it's going to be a mini album with 6 tracks. It's coming out on the 29th. I'm trying to find some album art because I don't think their site's updated with it. Here we go. CD Japan. It's got me. Let's see.
I'm dying.
Blessed by Arlequin. Yeah. So, Asuka likes the promo pic. Yeah, very foresty.
Very foresty.
And the album cover as well. Asuka says, I found Wingworks because of the VKH countdown.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Yeah, I think James was like the same level of amusedly enjoying Wingworks that I was. I think that might have been how I found it too.
I liked the metal visuals, not obviously not sound. A lot of at the time that he started out, he just used a lot of like metallic stuff for his costumes.
Mm-hmm.
That was just eye-catching. I like the music too, but like he just did a lot with the visuals, which was really interesting.
Yeah.
For the time.
Yeah. All right, I think that's a good place to stop. I think we got the gist of it. We will have many streams this month, this week, even, so it's going to be definitely, if you guys aren't following us already on social media and in our Discord, check all the links in the description and definitely stay posted. Keep an eye out for stuff. We'll keep you posted. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming. So I will say, and I will say I will be, a lot of that's going to be, since I'm in charge of a lot of that for the immediate future. I will say
the Discord and stuff.
No, just like some of the a lot of the content that's coming out, like the streams and stuff. There's gonna be probably day of announcements for a lot of them. I was pausing because I was like, is there any shot at us planning it out? And really, there's not, because of the way some of the releases have yet to be announced, if they're going to be available online for the
Right.
day of. So for example, if like the 8/8 albums, it's like we do listening party streams, right? So if the album's not out online, it's not going to really make sense for us to do a listening party, even if we have a review copy or something like
Right.
that. So it's going to depend. It's going to be a lot of touch and go, but it's going to be pretty organized, and you guys are gonna see it on Twitter and stuff. So, but definitely expect a fair amount. 8/8 day is going to be lit as fuck. 8/8 is the new Christmas.
8/8 is the new Christmas.
Yeah.
In the summer. Yay.
Yeah, hashtag Christmas is over. 8/8 is the new Christmas. All right. Yeah. And with that, thank you very much, Winona.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, people in the chat. Thanks, everybody watching.
And we will see you when we see you. Have fun. Have fun. Make sure you get all your pre-orders in. Make sure you
pre-order.
Yeah, God. Yeah, get those in.
Make sure you press like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe and follow us and
then like ring that bell and then ring that bell one more time just to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see you real soon. We'll see you real soon. All right.
Real soon. Real soon.